everyone, and today we'll be starting with practice set 2.1 Geometry Standard 10th, and the first one says that identify with reason which of the followings are Pythagorean triplet. Now what do you mean by Pythagorean triplet? Is you have to make the square of the longest side and the sum of the squares of the other two sides. If they are equal, then these sides can form a right angle triangle. Okay, so this is the meaning of Pythagorean triplet. So let us begin without wasting any time. I'll just take the largest side. 5 square is equal to 25. Okay, then I'll take the sum of the squares of smaller sides. Okay, so that is 3 square plus 4 square is 9 plus 16, that is equal to 25. Okay, so you can see the larger side square is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. Therefore these numbers are forming Pythagorean triplet. Okay, so how will you write them? The square of the largest number is equal to the sum of the squares of other two numbers. Okay, therefore 3, 5, 4 is a Pythagorean triplet. Second one given is 4, 9, 12. So what will I do first? 12 square equals to 144. Okay, then I'll do the sum of the squares of the smaller ones. Okay, now 4 square is 16, 9 square is 81. What is 81 plus 16? It is 97. So you can see 12 square is not equal to 4 square plus 9 square. Okay, so you can write the square of the largest number is not equal to the sum of the squares of the other two numbers. Therefore 4, 9, 12 is not a Pythagorean triplet. Okay, then third one given is 5, 12, 13, where you can see 13 square is 169. Okay, let us do the squares of the other two numbers. 5 square plus 12 square is 25 plus 144. So that is equal to 169. Okay, so here the sum of the square of the largest number is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two numbers. Therefore 5, 12, 13 is a Pythagorean triplet. Okay, fourth one. So fourth one is slightly bigger numbers are given here. Let us take the largest one. 74 square. 74 square is 5476. Okay, and the sum of the squares of the other two numbers. 24 square plus 70 square is 576 plus 7 sevens are this is 4900. Okay, so if you add them, 4900 plus 576, what do you get? You will get 5476. Okay, then the square of the largest number here is equal to the sum of the squares of other two numbers. Therefore 24, 70, 74 is a Pythagorean triplet. Fifth one, the numbers are 10, 24 and 27. Okay, so let us do first the longest side square. 27 square is 729. Okay, so this will be 10 square plus 24 square, so that is 100 plus 576, which is equal to 676. So here is not equal to the sum of the squares of the other two numbers. Therefore 10, 24, 27 is not a Pythagorean triplet. So here 61 square, longest side I'll take, this is 3721, and the sum of the squares of the other two sides is 121 plus this is 3600, which is equal to 3721. Okay, so here you can write the square of the largest number is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two numbers. Therefore 11, 60, 61 is a Pythagorean triplet. Okay. So question number 2 is very simple. What we have to find is NQ. Okay, and the solution is very easy. You can see triangle MNP is a right angled triangle. Okay, and NQ is perpendicular to MP. You can see a perpendicular is drawn to the hypotenuse. So in such a case we can apply geometric mean. Okay, so I can write by theorem of geometric mean. By theorem of geometric mean, NQ square is equal to MQ into QP. This is how the theorem of geometric mean goes. Simple. The perpendicular drawn to the hypotenuse square is equal to that side which is cut by the hypotenuse. You have to write in parts. The product of that, MQ into QP. Okay, so this is 9, this is 4, 9 into 4 is 36. So NQ square is 36. So what will be NQ? NQ will be equal to 6. Centimeter, meter is not given, so just write NQ equals to 6. Okay, then third one is similar to the second one. Okay, you can see in right angled triangle PQR, this is a right angle triangle. Okay, PM is perpendicular to QR. So can we use here geometric mean? Yes. Okay, so therefore by theorem of geometric mean, PM square is equal to QM into MR. Okay, now PM square is 10 square, QM is 8, MR we have to find. Okay, so this becomes 100 is equal to 8 into MR. Okay, so MR will be what? 100 by 8. Okay, so what is 100 upon 8? 4 2s are 4, 25s are. So it is 12.5. 25 upon 2 is 12.5. We took a common divisor 4. Okay. Now we are asked to find QR, not MR. But QR, you can see QR is the sum of these two sides, QM plus MR. QR is equal to QM plus MR. This is Q dash M dash R. Okay. So this is 8 plus 12.5. What is 8 plus 12.5? It is 20.5. So you got QR as 20.5. Fourth one, very easy. You can see this is right angle. Not only a right angle, one of the angle is 30 degrees. Okay, so you can see this is 30, 60, 90 triangle. Okay, and 30, 60, 90 you have learned the properties. What are the properties? Side opposite to 30 degree is half of the hypotenuse. Okay, this is the hypotenuse, so this will be half of the hypotenuse. Okay, and side opposite to 60 degree, if this is 90, this is, if this is 30, if this is 90, this will be 60. Okay, so side opposite to 60 degree will be how much? Root 3 upon 2 times of hypotenuse. Okay, so we'll start in triangle RSP. Triangle RSP, angle S is equal to 90 degree and angle P equals to 30 degree. This is what? This is given information. Therefore, you can write angle R is equal to 60 degree. This is called remaining angle. Okay. Now, angle R is equal to 60 degree. Therefore, triangle RSP is 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree type triangle. Okay. Then we can easily write, we know what is side opposite to 30 degree, SR. SR will be half of the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is PR. Okay. So I'll write here side opposite to 30 degrees. Okay. So SR I'll write 6 half into PR. 2 will go there. PR is equal to 6 into 2. PR is how much? PR is 12. Okay. Now we are up to finding what is PS. So PS is actually side opposite to 60 degrees. So PS will be root 3 upon 2 times of hypotenuse. Okay, here you will write the reason, side opposite to 60 degrees. Okay, so PS is equal to root 3 upon 2 of RP. RP is how much? 12. Okay, so PS is equal to 2 ones are 2 6 are. What is it? 6 root 3. So you got PR is equal to 12 and PS is equal to 6 root 3. Easy, student, isn't it? So we are on to question number 5, which is a right angle triangle. But if you observe it carefully, it is not only a right angle triangle, it is also an isosceles triangle. Such triangles are called right isosceles triangles, and they are of the measure 45, 45, 90. Because it is isosceles, so this will become 45, 45. Okay, so as you have properties in 30, 60, 90, similarly you have properties for 45, 45, 90. So you got angle BAC. Angle BAC will be how much? 45 degree. Okay, fifth one is just fill in the blanks. You have to do the activity. So I've just written the blanks here. AB equals to BC equals to, side opposite to 45 degree is 1 upon root 2 times of hypotenuse. Okay, side opposite to 45 degree. There are two sides which are opposite to 45 degree, AB and BC. So it will be 1 upon root 2 times of hypotenuse. Again I'll write here 1 upon root 2 times of root 8. Okay, again I'll write here 1 upon root 2 times of 2 root 2. Okay, and I'll cancel this also. Root 2 and root 2 will get cancelled. So what remains? 2 into 1. So this is your answer, which they have already given. So let us move on to sixth one. So children, we are here on to sixth one, where ABCD is given. It is a square. Okay, that means all the sides will be equal. Okay, and we are asked to find the side and the perimeter of square. The only thing given is the diagonal. Okay, so let us start. It is very easy. Okay, quadrilateral ABCD is a square. Okay, therefore I'll take AB equals to BC equals to X. This I've taken as X. Okay, now I can take in right angled triangle ABC, AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. This is by Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so that is 10 square is equal to x square plus x square. This becomes 100, this becomes 2x square. 2 will move there, x square is equal to 100 by 2. So x square is equal to how much? X square is equal to 50. So what will be x then? Therefore x is equal to root 50. You know root 50 is 25 twos are. 25 twos are means 5 will come outside. So x is equal to 5 root 2. Okay, so we got the side of the square. Okay, this is the side of the square, and we know what is perimeter. Perimeter means always total of all sides. Okay, perimeter of square is 4 times the side. Okay, this plus this plus this plus this, 4 times the side. So it is 4 into side is 5 root 2. So it will be 20 root 2. Okay, so writing the final answer, how will you write? Side of square is equal to 5 root 2. Okay, and perimeter of square equals to 20 root 2. Okay, then seventh one, as you can observe, FG is perpendicular to the hypotenuse. So as soon as you see such type of figures, what comes to your mind is geometric mean. Okay, we know here only FG and we know here GD, and we have to find 3 sides: EG, FD and EF. Okay, now it is very easy to find EG. We have done it before. In right angled triangle, EFD, in right angle triangle EFD, you can see FG is perpendicular to ED. Therefore we can apply now by theorem of geometric mean. By theorem of geometric mean, FG square is equal to EG into GD. Okay, FG square is equal to EG into GD. So 12 square is equal to, EG is how much? We don't know. GD is how much? 8. So 8 will come here. EG is equal to 12 square is 144 by 8. You know 18 8s is 144. So 8 1s are 8, 18s are. EG we got how much? 18. Okay. Let us find now FD. FD is a part of which triangle? FD is a part of this triangle DEF. It is also a part of this smaller triangle. Okay, so this is also a right angle triangle. So I'll take in right angled triangle DGF. You can see children DGF. Okay, where DF is the hypotenuse. So DF square is equal to GD square plus GF square. This is by Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so GD square is 8 square plus this is 12 square. Okay, so 8 square is 64 plus this is 144. Let us add 4 plus 4, 8. This is 10. Okay, so I think so 208. Now 208, if you make its factors, if you find its factors, it will be 208. 4 5s are 2s are. Okay, so you got here again 4 13s are. So it will be 4 root 13. Okay. Then we'll come on to this one. We have to find EF. So for finding EF, we'll take this smaller triangle. Okay. Now in right angled triangle FGE, you can see FGE. So here EF square, this is the hypotenuse, EF square is equal to EG square plus GF square. This is by Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so EG is how much? We got it 18, and GF it is given 12. Okay, 18 square is how much? 18 square, I think so 324. Yes, 324 plus 12 square is 144. So you got this 8, 6 and this is 4. So you got 468. Okay, and to convert this into simple surd, okay, pure surd, you will get 6 root 13. Okay, so you got EG as 18, DF as 4 root 13 and this as EF as 6 root 13. Okay, let us move on to 8th one. 8th one, they have asked find the diagonal of rectangle whose length is 35 centimeter and breadth is 12 centimeter. So we have drawn the rectangle by our own. So we'll write let ABCD, quadrilateral ABCD be a rectangle okay, and BD be its diagonal. So they have asked us to find the diagonal. So therefore in right angled triangle BCD, BD square is equal to BC square plus CD square. So that is 35 square plus 12 square. What is 35 square? 1225. What is 12 square? 144. Okay, what is that total? 5 plus 4 9, 2 plus 4 6, 2 plus 1 3, 1369. And 1369 is the square root of 37. Okay, so BD is 37 centimeter. Okay, so the diagonal of rectangle is 37 centimeter. Then okay, so 9th one, where you can see this is a right angle triangle where PM is the median. Okay, and we have to prove PQ square is equal to 4 times PM square minus 3 times PR square. Such type of questions, children, you have to practice at least 2 times. Okay, then only it will be very much easier for you to do in the exams. Okay, otherwise doing it for the first time will be little bit tougher for you. Then let us see. We'll write in triangle, first I'll go with PM, PRM, angle PRM equals to 90 degrees. Okay, therefore I can write, therefore PM square is equal to PR square plus RM square. This is by Pythagoras theorem. Okay, now PM square as it is, PR square I cannot change, RM I can write half of QR. Okay, you can see M is the midpoint, so RM is half of QR. So I can change this. Okay, so what will it become? PM square is equal to PR square plus this will become 1 upon 4 QR square. 1 square is 1, 2 square becomes 4. Okay, now I don't want the denominator, so what will I do? Multiplying by 4. Multiplying by 4, this will become 4pm square is equal to 4pr square plus qr square. Okay, 4pm square is equal to 4pr square plus qr square. Now, because we want it somewhat like this, let us say I'll keep this as it is. 4pr square I'll split into 3pr square plus pr square. Okay, I am writing this 4pr square as 3pr square plus 1pr square plus qr square as it is. Now why we are doing this? Because we want 4 pm square, beg your pardon, 4pm square and 3pr square. So somehow we are trying to achieve it here, plus pr square plus qr square. If you see pr square plus qr square, this will be, by Pythagoras theorem, it will be pq square. Okay, we got it. This is pr square plus rq square is equal to pq square. So here also I'll write by Pythagoras theorem. Okay, now if I send this here, 4pm square minus 3pr square is equal to pq square will be here. So we have attained this, we have come to this, okay, after following some simple steps. So therefore pq square is equal to 4pm square minus 3 times pr square. Okay, then sum number 10 says that walls of two buildings are on either side of the street. So I'll draw the walls. Okay, they are on the either side of the street. This is the street. Let us say BC is the street. Okay, now a ladder 5.8 meter long is placed on the street such that its top reaches the window of a building at a height of 4 meters. So suppose here is the ladder and this is 5.8 meter. Okay, it reaches the top of one building at 4 meters height. Okay, on turning the ladder over to other side, if I take the ladder from here to here, okay, like this, let us say this is D. Okay, the height of ladder will be unchanged, it will be 5.8 meters. Okay, so it top touches the window of the other building at a height of 4.2 meter. So this height of the building will be 4.2 meters. Okay, when the ladder is touching at point D. So find the width of the street. Okay, which is very simple. We have to find what? To find BC. Okay, now BC will be, let us say it will be BE plus EC. Okay, building is always perpendicular to the ground. It is exactly 90 degree. Okay, so to find, whenever there is to find, it has to be followed by solution, not proof. Then let us say in triangle ABE, angle B equals to 90 degree. Okay, you can write those statements, children. I am not writing. Let AB and DC be the two buildings, let AE be the ladder, okay, and BC be the street. That I am not writing now, okay, due to the constraints of space. Now angle B equals to 90 degree. So therefore AE square is equal to AB square plus BE square. This is by what? By Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so AE square is 5.8 square, AB square is 4 square plus BE square. BE square is equal to 5. Now BE square equals to, this is what, 33 33.64. If you make 58 square, it will be 3364. So 5.8 square is 33.64 minus 16. Okay, 4 square I'll send there. Then what is the difference? 33 minus 16 is 17.64. Okay, and what is the square root of this? The square root of this is 4.2. Okay, now BE is equal to 4.2 and EC. We have to find EC now. So EC also will find by Pythagoras theorem. In triangle DEC, angle C equals to 90 degree. Therefore, DE square is equal to DC square plus EC square. This is by Pythagoras theorem. Okay, again here this is 5.8 square, DC is 4.2 square plus EC square. Okay, so EC square is equal to 5.8, we know it is 33.64, and this is 42 square is 1764. Okay, so what is 33 minus 17? It is 16. So you know EC square is 16, so EC will become 4. Now it is very easy to find BC. BC is equal to B plus EC. B plus EC is 4.2 plus 4. That is equal to how much? It is 8.2. So the final answer you can write is, therefore the width of street is equal to 8.2 meters. Okay, so with this we come to the end of practice set 2.1. Good luck students, keep practicing geometry. Goodbye.